lesson for all of us with the B word in it, please.
You know that there are children in the audience.
Yes.
They've got to learn somewhere, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're encouraging me. Yo, bitches!
Yes.
Hello.
Hi there.
I just wanted to say I am also a huge fan of your work. I've loved your work since the Son of Batman all the way up to The Boys. And I just wanted to, I'd also like to act myself. And I was wondering what your process of getting into the heads of these various villains is.
You've played both Ra's al Ghul and Lex Luthor.
I certainly have. I love being on the mic, and it's taught me how to realize how to create a character without copying or doing an impression. Certainly doing an impression teaches you how to act as if. And I believe acting as if is a fine tool to learn how to act as if you are even more truthful. So I have to say that I do building blocks. If I have a really good piece of material, i.e. a play, by a master playwright, Harold Pinter, Shakespeare, that reality is so steeped in an ancient truth that I try to whisper the words. I still do this with modern plays as well, or screenplays, to let the playwright's intention, the film screenwriter's intention, to come through so that I can hear it, right? Now, what do I mean by that? We're in a world where we put our impression on things. You know, they say you only have, what's that saying? That you only get the one chance to make a good impression. The first impression is very important. I'm saying the quote wrong, but someone will come up with it properly. So in other words, I whisper the words so I can hear what's behind the words that the playwright's trying to say. I don't just think that I can just do it because I want it to be truthful. Now I know I can just do it, but that would be what I think of it until I hear the voice of the playwright or the screenwriter. So I do building blocks. And then I start to add personality to the character by adding in what I think the idiosyncrasies and the habits of that character might be. I.e. with Gus Fring, it was very real to me that when you stand up as a gentleman, you button your jacket, right? And when you sit back down, you unbutton it. That I normally wear a tie, that I make sure my tie is straight. Not for the photographers, but because that's how I present myself. That there is a top and bottom of the world. I went to military school. I shined my shoes. I brought that to Gus. He had to be clean. Hat has to be brushed. They say when your hat is not brushed, it means you're a single man because you don't have a wife to brush your hat. It's the specifics of life that you work on as an actor that create the things that not only cue you into character, but also cue the audience into knowing very clearly behavior. We all have our own behaviors, and behaviors are important to cultivate as an actor.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Very much.
Giancarlo, first off, I'd like to wish you a happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Secondly, I just want to thank you for finally giving the Star Wars universe the proper villain it deserves. I truly believe that.
Thank you.
And I guess my question is, will Moff Gideon get his background story?
You know, it's so a function of my ego to want every character I've played to have more and to get the background story they need. But I'm realizing more and more that some shows just aren't about me. I'm just part of an ensemble that gives the edge to the show, or allows the show to have life in an area they needed to have life in. That most shows are built around many characters. And that's been my feeling surrounding Gustavo Fring, even in Breaking Bad and even in Better Call Saul. The show's called Better Call Saul. It's not called The Rise of Gus. which is what I hope for.
Coming in the fall of 2023 to AMC Plus.
There we go. Straight to the ears of AMC and Vince Gilligan. The Rise of Gus. I love that. And I love a show called Moff's World. I mean, look, I'm not gonna tell a story, it means go in and I'm gonna edit, because
We're very good at staying strict to our NDAs.
yeah, but so I don't know if I can tell this story. Look, how I got so playful in the last 3 months. Once upon a time, I was on the set of a very wonderful and show that encompassed the universal aspects of mythology and the hero's journey. It was a show that was very odd. There was a man in a helmet, and he had a steel rod, and he had a cape, and he looked like he was fortified against any and all things that the universe could throw at him. In this dream that I had, I was standing with 2 gentlemen who were wearing khaki pants and polo shirts. One was a big man, the other was nearly as big, but not quite. And they seemed to know the whole story of the universe that I was imbibing. I was there for a few days, and I watched these gentlemen walk into corners and speak in hushed tones. And then one day they allowed me into their world. And they said, wouldn't it be great if? And you know, the genes of this and the bomb, and it plays back into, and I heard clone, and I heard wars, and then, and I'm standing there going, oh my God, I'm with 2 big kids in a tent with a flashlight. The guys who jump off of beds with the sheet around their necks and think they can fly. The guys who put themselves in a plastic bag with plastic arms and a foam head and come out and play a practical joke on you. They're just children. And so out of this conversation came a whole other conversation about how it might go if things were so in this fairy tale world. And I went, I am right where I should be. And I said, so this is how you guys make the show? Really? I'm working with geniuses, you never know what can happen. I'd love to have a show that's all about me, but I fear by the time that comes, I'll be over me completely.
Over here.